What's up, people? We're obviously live again. We're talking about this Man United game versus Leicester. It's just happened and which finished 2-1. Lee, what did you make of the game?
I thought it was hard work, mate, wasn't it? I thought it was a weak performance, to be honest with you. I thought they had a bit of a go when 1-0 down, come back brilliant. I like Greenwood. I think he's going to be a top player. But I thought it was just slow, very sideways, very backwards performance. I think you get that when Matic plays. I have to say, I don't know what you think. I'd like to know your opinion on it, actually, to be fair, Nath, on Van der Beek, because I just don't see what he brings anymore. He's just got no legs.
To be honest, in terms of Van der Beek, I think he's on a different wavelength to everyone else. I notice he's getting in areas, getting in pockets, wanting it, but Matic is missing him out every time. He's looking at him going, nah. And then he's playing to someone else. And he's going to be a player who's going to stop making them runs because he knows he's not going to get it. And that's why he basically is not looking, he's not looking great. But yeah, I like him because he just keeps it ticking and he's got a bit of imagination. But if you're playing in that kind of team, it's like he's doing nothing, if you know what I mean. So I get what you're saying there. And again, guess what happens for the first goal? Guess who runs off Matic? Tielemans again.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
And he's so far away from him, it's unbelievable. That's what I didn't like, and that's exactly what we pointed out in the before the game. If you let Matic no legs go, that's what happens. So I wasn't too happy with that. But as for any of the young boys that played that you think stood out or anything,
I thought Elanga stood out. I thought he was okay. I think he's direct. He's got bundles of power. I'm excited for I've got to be honest. I'm excited for the future. I think it's a really bright football club again. I think we've got some real good talent coming through. I think the boy from Udinese, I thought not Atalanta, wasn't he? Diallo, I thought he struggled a little bit, to be honest. Again, he looks quite weak out there. I thought at times it was men v boys, if I'm honest. But again, when you're playing him in a mixture of team like that, it's always going to be hard. We know he's got the ability. We just need him to grow a little bit and fill out probably. And I think you'll see a better player there. But I just thought it was a hard, slow performance. I thought Leicester were totally in control of the game, quite dominant. But again, when you play 48 hours after Sunday, we knew what it was going to be. And I just thought they took control, Leicester, and were by far the more accomplished side in possession and out of possession. I thought they looked solid. I thought it was a hard game for United tonight, to be honest.
Yeah, to be honest, I was seeing the same kind of things. It kept breaking down in the areas where you just wanted to progress a bit more, and it just breaks down, and then they got on the attack. And to be honest, they were doing the same quite a bit, but they had that little extra quality, and that's what told in the end. But what I did like was Tuanzebe. I like what I saw from him. He's very accomplished, very comfortable in there. Them two at the back did pretty well in the end.
I thought they've done really well. No, I'm with you on that. Coming for some criticism not so long ago to Nsabi as well, and I was pleased with him tonight. I thought he played really well. I thought he was accomplished on the ball, strong, quick. I think the future, I don't know what you think, Nath, and you probably know more than me, but I think the future's bright. I do. I think it's really bright. I think they still need to add a little bit, but with what they've got coming through tonight, to perform like that against a top four side, it wasn't unbelievable, don't get me wrong, but we were well in the game. It's a lot of changes for a club. And I thought we were right.
Yeah, to be honest, I agree with you there. I think to be able to make that amount of changes and for it to be as tight as it was with a team that's that far up the table, it says a lot for they've never played. I bet they've never played together, that team.
No,
that whole 11. And they're never probably going to play again the same starting lineup either. So, hats off to them for making the game of it and not making it easy for them to run away with it, to be honest. So, I was happy with that. But again, it's a game where you're just in there thinking, it's disappointing. But at the same time, you got to understand who's on the pitch. They've got to get these minutes in to learn their trade, isn't it? So, what do
you think of De Gea and where he is now?
You know what? He was on fire. Who did we play? Roma in Europe last week. He saved us. He was doing really, really well. So it's like that. He does that quite often. And then obviously this season he's been a lot better this season. But again, I still think Henderson deserves to be ahead of him now at the moment, and deserves to keep playing. And then if he starts playing better than Henderson one day again, then give him his chance to get back. It's whoever's in most form. And at the moment, they're both playing pretty well, but Henderson deserves his spot ahead of him. That's what I would say.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Greenwood again.
Sharp.
He's
a player, mate. I think we've got a real player on our hands there, and it's a really difficult one because I still Cavani is just unbelievable as well. But I think they are holding out for that 18 months time for Greenwood to really fill out, grow into his man's body, and I think you're going to see some talent there. It's just whether do we need to go and get one more forward for next season, or we're going to keep relying on what we've got at the moment. I'm not sure. I still think we need a little bit more. But Greenwood, he's getting better and better. He's a lethal finisher. He's like a Van Persie at times, and he's like an Henry at another time. The way he moves and how quick he is, and both feet. Listen, they're big statements when I'm talking about Henry and Van Persie. But he's got that in him, and I think he could be, a real player in 18 months' time.
Yeah, he's got that deceptive pace, what it is. He doesn't look, you're not scared of him, but then he gets away from people. And funny enough, he's actually recorded fastest pace on the pitch for Man United this season. How crazy is that? With the likes of Dan James, Rashford and Martial on the pitch. He's still
that
the
tells
fastest
you.
speed.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
That tells you that, mate. I just hope that Maguire pulls through fit for the UEFA Cup, because I think we need him. It's a funny one because he doesn't move great. He moves like me on a Sunday. He don't move great, but I think he's been a revelation for Man United. He comes in for a lot of stick. I don't see it, but because he's not, your typical, modern day player. He's more like a bit of an old fashioned centre half, but I think he's been brilliant for United. I really do. I think he's a brilliant centre half. He keeps them together. He doesn't move great. We know that if he gets exploited to pace, but I think he's done well. I don't know what your thoughts are on him, mate, but I think it'd be a big loss if we don't get him back.
Yeah, to be honest, I've always said he's like, for me, he's like a support defender for someone who should be in there. But the problem that we have at the moment, we've got two players playing, and they're both, I consider them both support defenders. I think we need to have a dominant defender that comes in. He plays alongside. Then we'll see even better Maguire. What annoys me is you get these goals that shipped in, and it's just because of that. You know what I mean? So it hurts me when we lose goals to these lower teams, which I know that they shouldn't be happening if you're going to be fighting for the top positions. You can't afford to let that happen. But it's not his fault. It's because he hasn't got that dominant player with him. So, I like what he's done this season. I really like how he is. In a lot of his game is top-notch. It's just the pace side, which hurts if you haven't got that pace next to it.
100%, mate. No, I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
But in terms of...
on to Thursday.
I was about to say, Thursday now, it looks like we can go back to the starting lineup, doesn't it? So... We'll see all the players starting again. What do you think will happen? Obviously, we'll talk about that then. But as for that, obviously about today, the main thing is right. What did you get right today?
I think for me, they give youngsters an opportunity. They got minutes into certain people. They looked at a few things in terms defensively. They wasn't too poor defensively. I just think again, it's just overrunning midfield, like you say with Van der Beek. Just can't get him in that right position for me. If you got Fernandes as well in the side, they're not leggy enough. But I think with the three young boys playing, it was good to see them get minutes into them. But I just, listen, come Thursday, you'll see a totally different Man United side and one that I think will be exciting. And, you'll see 11 changes, I feel. And hopefully we'll get the result. But I think tonight was an exercise where we go back to it. It's totally wrong. That should never have happened tonight. I think if Man City won the league tonight.
Yeah, they've won it now. That's it.
How wrong is that? How wrong is that? I actually feel for Man City a little bit because you can't even celebrate that. That's just that's mediocre performance because they can't put out the side they need to put out because of the. And he said it the other day. You go and lose an injury tonight. Could you miss your UEFA Cup final because of it? Playing too quickly, pull a hamstring, pull a thigh muscle, calf. It's ridiculous.
That's what it is, isn't it? And that's why he's done what he's done. we had to take it on the chin. To be honest, I don't see it being the Premiership's fault. I think it's more to do with what happened in that called off the Liverpool game, and it's not. There's nothing we can do about it now. It's shot ourselves in the foot by doing that. I just think they could have thought about doing it a different way. Just even though they're gonna win the league anyway, probably. But again, you want them to be able to work for it, not to have this kind of thing happen and make it difficult.
Anti-climax, and both teams have worked too hard this year to go out like that, in my opinion. It's an anti-climax for Man City, and I don't believe Man United deserve that tonight. And what's he got to keep doing, putting his players on the line? Whether it's Man United's fault the game was called off or not, the supporters, it is what it is. But, going into the European Super League has caused that. So,
yeah,
it's a difficult one, but I feel for the club. I feel for the players tonight, and the way it's happened. They don't deserve to lose a league like that tonight. I don't believe over the course of the season, the league doesn't lie, but I think they deserve to go out with full strength. If they get beat tonight, full strength side, you say, well done, Man City. Title's yours. Great side.
Yeah,
that's an anti-climax for me tonight. It's disappointing.
It is, especially with not having fans as well, and then to make it even worse winning it like that, it's not great. We've got a few comments here. Hi, I told you boys would lose. Kate, I hope you're Man United supporter and you just don't feel good about that. I hope you're not smug thinking we lost. Yes, but yeah. What did you think of Ahmed tonight? We said obviously he had a quiet one, but at least he played his part in setting up Greenwood for that ball in there. He saw him, played it quickly, and Greenwood took it on and somehow manages to slide it in the bottom corners as he does. It looked like it. You know what? He doesn't catch them nicely all the time, but he's always getting precise right in the corners, and keepers can't get there. So
not always.
Lovely. So I was loving that anyway. It's just a great finisher, both feet again, right foot this time, and apparently he's actually scored more goals with his weak foot than his good foot. So
there's a player.
In terms of, go on, say that again.
I said there's a player in there, and he's getting better and better weekly. It'd be interesting to see when Lingard comes back. That's going to be very interesting to see, because if he performs like he's performing at the moment,
I don't think he'll play. I think he'll get rid of him. I think
we'll
get Jadon in, and I'd love to see Greenwood, Jadon, Rashford, that front three, and then obviously Cavani, Jadon, Rashford, that front three, and then Martial can get in there whenever, so you can switch between these fluid forwards. I think that's what we're going to be. Will make us dangerous next season.
Another centre half
defender. Yeah, exactly.
Another centre half in, and they've got a chance. They really have.
Yeah, exactly right. We've got 1 minute left. So, who was your man of the match for Man United? I know we lost, but who was your man of the match?
I think Tuanzebe was good tonight. I thought he done well. I said before, he's coming for criticism, and always shows a strength of character when you've come in for that criticism to perform like that. I don't know about yourself, mate. Who you thought?
Yeah, you exactly who I said. I mentioned him at the beginning of the show. I said Tuanzebe looked very comfortable, and he looked even a bit more comfortable than Eric Bailly. Less mistakes, better at recovering, cutting out danger balls. When Vardy got through, he did really, really well there. So I'm really, really proud of what he's done, and he showed that he can be a player that could be part of the squad next season and get used even more than this season. So I'm happy.
No, so, definitely same.
Yeah. So right. So obviously we're getting to the end. We are back on Thursday. I'm not sure let's take a quick look at what time that game is on Thursday. We have Liverpool, and game kicks off 8:15. So we will be on at 7:30 on the preview, and then we're on at 10:15 for the match review as well. So with that being said, I don't know what Kieran says, but I'll try my best at it. Stay safe and wash your hands.